to our third Release and Grow practice in the ME community. And what an incredible community to be a part of. It's one that celebrates human development and growth in all its uniqueness in ourselves and in the children that we are nurturing. Feeling safe and supported in community has profound impacts in the way we show up as parents, as educators, in our wellness and longevity. It changes our marriages and our partnerships, our friendships, and how we interact with our local communities. And perhaps most importantly, our relationship with ourselves. So that said, you being here today matters. Choosing this to be a virtual gathering place for you is not insignificant in a world where you can show up in so many different places. I want you to know that the connection happening in this space is real and lasting. It's a collective shift in our energy and attention. Today, we're going to be practicing some gentle movement together and experience the healing of sound as we come down from the bustle of the winter holiday season. So let's take a moment to welcome our guest today. We have yoga practitioner and holistic anxiety support, Heather Lillico, and we have certified sound healer, Mia Farstad. So we'll just give them a quick silent applause. And while this practice will be recorded to share on audio and video as well, any discussion before and after will remain private for our members. Before I begin, I want to take a moment, before we all begin, I want to take a moment to bring forward the origins of pairing movement and sound healing. It's a practice that can be traced back to ancient civilizations for its effects on the mind, body, and spirit. The chants of ancient Egypt, the Tibetan sound bowls, Australian didgeridoo, African drums, and indigenous North American rattles are examples, beautiful examples of how community has gathered and moved around healing sound. Sound therapy is now recognized as a modality for healing and personal growth, and today we'll be experiencing its ability to bring forward a deep sense of harmony within ourselves and the world around us. Most important for parents, right? So I'm going to welcome in Heather. She'll be opening our practice with some gentle movement, and I hope you all enjoy your practice today.
And hello, everyone. All right. Well, welcome to today's session. And we're focusing on a holiday reset today. Yeah. And I don't know about you, but I find that the holidays can be amazing and wonderful and full of joy, but it can also be a really stressful time. I was visiting my parents out of town, visiting friends, trying to work in so many things. And this year in particular, it's felt kind of hard to hit the reset button and to feel ready to go in January. I've kind of felt like for myself, I've been like lagging behind and there just hasn't been that pause. So I'm going to invite us today to really honor that pause, to take this time, this moment for yourself. As Erica mentioned, it's not an insignificant thing. Like this is an act of true love and self-care to take this moment for yourself and to really find the pause. So we are going to start today with a bit of breath work to help us find some connection to ourselves. I'm going to take you through some gentle movement, and then I'm going to hand it over to Mia for some beautiful sound healing. So I'll invite you to come into a comfortable seated position, and whether that's in a chair today, we're recording this midday, so perhaps you're in an office somewhere, maybe you're at home. If you have access to a yoga mat or your bed, go ahead and head there now. And let's take a couple of rolls of our shoulders up and down the back. And then just let those shoulders drop down out of the ears. And slightly tucking the chin so the back of the neck elongates. You can bring your eyes to close or your gaze softens. And just start to tune in to your natural breath in this moment. And see, is it short or long? Does it feel labored in any way? Or maybe it's easy flowing today. And let's start to work with the 3-part breath so that we can really lengthen it out. I'll invite you to bring one hand onto your heart and one hand onto your belly. And let's start by taking an inhale into the belly, and then the ribs, and then the chest. And then exhale through the chest, the ribs, and the belly. Inhale, belly rises, ribs float out, chest lifts. Exhale, chest falls down, ribs float in, belly lowers. Again, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Take one more. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. Push out all that air. All right, release. And bring the hands onto the knees or the thighs. And let's take some circles around. So start to send the ribs over towards one direction and take them back. And over to the other side and forwards. You can do this in a chair or seated. And it's almost like there's this central pole and you're circling around it. And this is what often happens throughout our day, I find, is that center feels so elusive, but it is there. And we're kind of circling around it. So start to make those circles a little bit smaller, getting tighter around that pole, around your center, spiraling towards your center. Make those circles tiny, tiny, and all the way to the center. Now, let's take the ribs the other way, make it big, circle all the way around. And just explore. The circles don't have to be perfect if you overlaid them over one another. They can be loopy. You can get your head and neck involved. And now start to tighten up on those circles, bringing them closer and closer towards your center. And keep the breath flowing as you do, spiraling those circles closer and closer until you find your center once more. Take an inhale and exhale, let it go. All right, let's take the hand over to one side and then lift up one arm and lean over. If you're in a chair, you can always take hand on your hip. Stretch out the side body and then bring it back up. Take it over towards the other side. Think of lifting up first and then leaning over. And then let's move between those two sides, taking it up and over as you inhale and exhale back to center. Again, up and over and back to center. And I really see the point of all of this movement to help us make way for stillness. It's really hard to find that reset to allow your mind to be still if you haven't gone through all this movement, this relaxation of the body. Take one more. And then come back to center. Let's take a twist now. We'll reach the arms up tall, lift, and then twist towards the right side. Your right hand can come behind you on the small of the back, or if you're on the ground, you can perch your fingertips there. And the other hand can come across the body, maybe towards the knee or the thigh. If it feels right, you can take the gaze back as well. In yoga, we use twists as a way to detox the body. It's sort of this sensation of like wringing out everything. So, what can you release here and let go? What's no longer serving you? So that you can make space for new. Come back to center. Reach up tall, lift, and then we'll twist over the other way. And sitting up even taller, and then revolving around. And as you twist, notice if the chest is collapsing. Think proud chest here, expand between the collarbones. And then come back to center. All right, if you're in a place where you're able to lay down, I'll invite you to head there now. If you are seated, you can stay seated and we'll do the same type of motions again. So either coming into those circles again, or this time if you're on your back, bring your knees into your chest and we'll find some circles on the low back. And as we come into these repetitive types of motions, it's sort of like a moving meditation. And go the other direction with those circles. And then come back to center. Let's reach the arms out wide. And we're going to come into some leans side to side. So if you're seated, you can take that version we did where we reached the arm up and over. If you're down on your back, spreading the hands out wide, you could always bend the elbows if you don't have the space today. And then drop the knees over towards the right, any amount, hover them, and then come back up to center. And we'll take it to the other side. Drop the knees and hug them back in and just keep moving side to side. The depth that you go is up to you. I call this movement TikTok, but it's probably a little bit better for our mental health than the traditional TikTok we might think of. And so just explore here as you move side to side. Maybe you get a little bit more comfortable. You drop the knees further over as you press that opposite shoulder down. And there is some activation happening here. Take a couple more. And then the next time your knees are over towards one side, you can let them fully drop down. If you're seated, you can take that twist variation that we did before. You might, if you're laying down, you might bring your hand on the top thigh, add a bit of weight to the pose. And as you come into this twist, what can you release? What can you let go of? What are you leaving in 2024? And come back up to center. And then let the knees drop over towards the other side. You have the option of bringing the hand on the top thigh. And come back up to center. Okay, we'll take one more stretch before we start to settle in for the sound bath. So with your feet on the floor, I'll invite you to bring your right knee into your chest. And if you're seated, you can pick up your right foot off of the floor and still hug the knee into the chest. Give a little squeeze. Now you could stay here today, or you could extend your leg up towards the ceiling. The hands might come behind the thigh. If you're seated, try extending your legs straight outwards. That ankle could rotate around in circles. Going all directions. And just noticing if you're rotating that ankle, where are the sticky spots? And then re-bend that knee, place it back down, and we'll do the other side. Hug the left knee in. And if you're laying down, feel that connection of your tailbone to the mat or to your bed, the floor. That's your grounding, your support. If it feels right for you, extend that left leg high in the air and move the ankle around. And I find it so helpful to focus on grounding, going all directions with that ankle, because in a world where so many things pull our attention, we need some sort of tether, some anchor to help us stay sane, to help us feel like we're connected to ourselves, maybe to something bigger. And then re-bend that knee. And then maybe you stay here today with the knees bent, feet out wide, and let the knees knock into center. If it feels right, you could start to extend the legs out long in front of you. Let the pinky toes get heavy and travel down towards the floor. If you're seated, just come into a comfortable position and really start to drop in. You can let the eyes close or the gaze lower and just prepare yourself to receive this sound bath. Receive the practice, its benefits, and just receive this stillness. Mia, I'll pass it over to you now. Enjoy.
All right, everyone. And as you start to settle on your mat or in your chair, I invite you to close your eyes if you already haven't done so. And with your eyes closed, just feel your breath flow in and out of your body. And take a moment here and notice the backside of your body pressing against the surface that you're laying on or sitting on, as if the earth is coming up to meet you, to support you, to hold you and ground you, allowing yourself to melt a little bit further into your body, allowing your mind to stay open and loose, to stay present in this moment. There's nowhere else that you need to be right now. And I want you to gently bring your focus to the top of your head, the crown of the head, and just imagine softening the crown of the head, relaxing your forehead, the area between your eyebrows, softening your eyes and your temples, noticing your ears and all the sounds that you hear. You can even imagine the sound waves from the bowls traveling into your ears, allowing your mind just to slow down and bringing your focus to your nose, feeling the slight sensation of your breath flowing in and out. And gently bringing your focus to your mouth, relaxing the corners of your mouth, relaxing your tongue, starting from the back, moving forward to the tip of your tongue, unclenching your jaw, and gently bringing your focus into your throat and your neck. Just take a moment here and notice how your throat feels. If it feels tight and restricted, or open and flowing. using your exhale to help release any tension in your throat. And gently pulling your shoulders a little bit further away from your ears, relaxing your arms. You can even bring your attention into your fingertips and wiggle your fingers, noticing the texture and the temperature of whatever it is you're touching. And gently bringing your focus now to your heart center. I want you to imagine relaxing the area around your heart. And notice what that feels like as it softens the center of your chest. Feeling your heartbeat strongly supporting you. Noticing your lungs expand and contract with your breath. Bringing your focus into your torso, feeling your belly rise and fall with each breath. And see if you can bring your next inhale deep into your pelvic floor. And using your exhale to help release any tension. And taking a moment to give all your vital organs the permission to relax, to receive healing here in this moment. As you relax your hips and pelvis, your thighs, knees, calves, all the way down to the soles of your feet. And taking in a nice deep breath through your nose and exhaling out the mouth. Two more deep breath in here through the nose and exhale out the mouth. One more, breathing in as if you're filling up your entire body with love and healing, and using your exhale to release any anxious thoughts or emotions. Just allowing your breath to flow naturally. Taking a moment here to connect with your body, to connect with the sounds, noticing if you feel any sensations in your body. Any areas that feel tingly or pulsating, warm or even chilled. The frequency that you hear is 432 hertz. This frequency actually brings your body into the parasympathetic state, which is the resting and healing state. This frequency is known for promoting physical healing by positively affecting the body cells, promoting a sense of overall well-being. This frequency also supports emotional regulation. It improves mental clarity and focus. And it can change agitated brainwave forms to calm waveforms. And now I want you to gently place one hand over your heart and one hand on your lower abdomen. Just this hand placement alone has numerous benefits to the nervous system. I'm going to share a few affirmations, and I want you to repeat them in your own mind, or you can even say them out loud. I'm grateful for waking up this morning. I'm grateful for the air I breathe. I'm grateful for this community. I'm grateful for creating time for me. I am the right parent for my child. My kids are lucky to have me. I am valued and appreciated. I am enough exactly as I am. My needs matter. When I take care of me, all areas of my life benefit. I am doing far better than I realized. I am unconditionally loved and supported. And taking one final collective breath together here, breathing in through your nose and exhaling out the mouth. And you can gently wiggle your toes and fingers and notice anything that might have shifted. And whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes and join us back on the screen.
All right, I'll give you another moment. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, Heather. Give you another moment to get yourself upright and perhaps hand on heart, hands on belly, or hands at your side, whatever feels right now as you come out of practice. I'd like you to join me in thanking Mia and Heather for their gifts today, for taking the time yourself to be here. So giving yourself also some gratitude. And also to come back to what the original intention of the practice was, which was to come together to release what was no longer serving, and then to grow and heal into 2025 together as individuals, with our family, our community here, and our communities wherever we are in the world right now. So thank you. Thank you for being here. And we will continue our community events, more practices like this, and others as well into 2025. Thank you both. And I will see all of you in the comments. Please leave your thoughts. Please leave your intentions for 2025, what you are leaving behind in 2024. And I will see each other soon. Thank you, everyone.